Good day, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. We strongly recommend to get educated before you go live with the real money. All our videos are for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade and we're not your financial advisor. It's just a matter of opinion, and what you do with your account is totally up to you. Okay, we just closed the CL, and it was a beautiful ride when the markets open, and we will cover what's going on, and we will um, uh, go immediately try to uh, indicate what's going on in the market. At the moment, there is a new trade on the ES, and it is a short as we speak right now. The limitation on, because we've been going short all morning, and the limitation on that trade is only at 45.70. So 45.70 is the target I'm looking at on the ES as we speak right now. Also, you have a short trade on the Nasdaq as well, and you gotta approach it carefully on the Nasdaq as well. So we will look at it. For the market analyzer right now, based on the last entry signal, we have 219 takes, and even if you experience the ES, there is a pullback on the ES. There is a re-entry short at 45.94.75. So you gotta be careful with your trade. We are done with the gold trade, and it is there we go. You can see how the ES. Um, we had a beautiful entry earlier today at 9:30, and it was beautiful, and we caught it, and the auto trade already hit the daily target on it. And the YM is extremely doing very well today. Also, there is a great move on the YM, and right now we're done with the gold. Let's get it out of the way, and we're playing cat and mouse on the ES at the moment. As we see right there, the pressure is to the downside. If we look at the indicator in details, everything is to the downside, and it's a little bit after this big drop on the ES. We are going back and forth on those level, and even if you are late on that trade, it does not mean you're over. If you want to be more patient, you can also re-enter the ES at the 45.94 if in case the ES pullback. There is another entry at 45.94 or 45.93.75. There is one tick in differential, and you gotta be careful on that. So it's a little bit an early uh, entry on this one here. Is a bit aggressive, but there is another good entry at this level here, 45.94. The 30-year Treasury bond. This is what really don't like is the 30-year Treasury bond. We have a short trade. I don't like it when it's going in the same direction as the ES, but we will monitor that a little bit patiently. On the CL also is a short trade on the CL, and we will try to monitor also the after this drop right now. If we look at this market for the last 10 minutes, it's been back and forth around this area here, and there is no way up because here there is a short trade as well. So we are waiting. I think it's gonna drop much more than that. So we'll monitor that. This is the NASDAQ. Start going long on the NASDAQ. But this confliction, if we look between the ES staying on that level and the NASDAQ has broke the short area right there, so there is a little confusion in the market at the moment, and we will keep our eye close on it. This is very important right now. The ES is coming as we expected to go short at this level here. So if the ES break that level, you still don't have long. Even if the ES break that level, you do not have short. Be careful on the short trade. Please be careful on the short trade. We're not out of the wood with the ES. Please be careful. We're not done with the ES short, and if you are using normal indicator, is indicating you need to go long, and do not go long on the ES. You don't have a long trade on the ES. The Autotrade took a long trade, but you don't have a long trade on the ES. There's a drop as we expected from that number here, 45.94, and don't let it fool you. We're not out of the wood with the short, and that's why the auto trade on the ES took long, and I will not take a long on that trade. The only time we're gonna go long on the ES if it's crossing the 46 level. Before that, do not even think about going long on the ES. The DAX is taking a beautiful ride on the DAX. The ES is not out of the wood yet. Be careful, guys. Don't let those guys fool you. We are in a critical area on the ES. As we said, this is a short area. Even if they cross this ES across that area, you have a very hard resistance at 46 level. Do not buy that. Do not fall into this trap. The Nasdaq got away with it, and if we notice on the market analyzer, we have a buy entry, but it's not really strong entry, and we still in the short mood on the ES and the short mood on the YM. So be careful with that, please. My auto trade has already took the long, but I don't like it because on the because this one here is a total different on the precision auto trade. On the precision auto trade is trading with the trend and reversal, which he caught that trade at the bottom. You see? Because the precision auto trade with the trend and reversal. So on the precision for our guys, the ones are trading on the precision auto trade, you have a reversal, and the entry got it from the reversal and fixing to close the first trade on the reversal. That's very fine. And but if you are trading with the trend, let's say if we are using the TI7 or if you are using a normal ATR auto trade, By this time, you get in this area here, and you should not. But this trade here was from the reversal trade, and the precision auto trade took it from the very bottom of the trade where it says buy signal right there, which it was very early when he entered the market. I'm not sure on the other two he's able to make it, because as we know here there is a resistance. So the first two trades got 1,425. Okay, that's very fine. On the other two trades, I'm not sure the ES is able to cross this resistance line. So still there is a weakness, and if he does it, that means this is your lucky day. But for me, as a destination for that ES should be close in here, and you should not wait on the other two, because this resistant area at 4600, it is a very crucial place to avoid it, and most likely it's going to drop. If we look at the ES, we have two contracts on the precision auto trade. The first one, it was an early entry. I can be related to reversal trade, but the second close position is going to be hard to close that position. So in those situations here, you have hit the target on 1,400, and then you have another 1,400 out still on the other two trade. Then what you do, you need to close the trade right there. You close the button in here, because the chances of continue that all the way up here is very thin, and it is a very high risk. As we see, this is what I was scared of. Look at this. This is what exactly I was scared of, and that's why I said, even if this ES crossed that line, we're not out of the wood. So right now we need to monitor very close to not the auto trade and not the PNL. What we really need to monitor right now, the 46th level, because on the 46th level, if this ES not able to break the 46th level, it's going to drop to the 45.86 level, and that is if you are auto trading and you are in a trade and the market turn around on you, and this is not your auto trade, it is for you and aware there is a resistant area in there. On Monday webinar yesterday, we have spent good time in about why you should not spend the weekends replay data and all this, because every day there is a new things in the market, and what happened in the past is not probably gonna happen on the week, and all the replay data and optimization and all this, you should not. Once you build your auto trade, let's say you are auto trading 5 minutes, and you have tweaked that auto trade to this chart on the 5 minutes, and now at the end of the week, you should take the same template you are using. If you are using, let's say, 3 minutes a chart, what you do, you optimize between 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and 4 minutes. If you are using a 5 minutes, you can optimize it 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. That's all what you need, and adjusting the trailing stop or the stop loss. And this one here, it has to be done once a week. Why it has to be done once a week? You cannot take a template and drive it for the rest of your life with it, because when the ES cross the 10 days moving average is one fundamental thing, and when the ES cross the 50 days moving average, now we are on a total different mood, and when we are on 200-day moving average, when we cross it, we are in a total different mood. So you take the template you've been using every day and you adjust it on the weekend. Takes you 5-10 minutes for adjustment, but you should not be sitting all weekend replaying data and all this, because the replay data never uh, gonna give you the the prediction of next week. And instead, stand wasting your time on the weekend. Your favorite template, you adjust it plus minus 1 minute. If you have a trailing stop, plus minus 10 ticks. If you have a stop loss, plus minus 3-4 ticks. You adjust it, and then when you adjust it, you can the next week test it, or you can work on both of them, the one you adjusted and the one you used to have, and then you can run them for 1 week, and you can see the improvement of the adjustment you have done on the weekend. The rest is the energy you have to use, as we predicted on this one here on the ES. Now, if we look at the ES is facing this resistance at 46.02. Has nothing to do with optimization. Has nothing to do with your replay over the weekend. For the last 15 years, those the ones they spent the whole weekend replay, back testing, forward testing. What they are trying to do, they're trying to avoid looking at the technical chart. And they fell. You cannot avoid looking at the 1 minute. We don't want you to learn price action. We don't want to put you in a room for 10 years paying us money to teach you price action. The only thing what you really need to look at the 1 minute chart is where is the support, where is the resistance, and where is most likely, if I'm taking a trade, where is most likely the target. Is in this condition, like this chart here, the 5 minutes, we know the first trade on the reversal took a trade and it did well. We know immediately the other two trades, they're not going to make it. And they did not make it. And it has nothing to do spending the whole weekend, ruin your life, sitting miserably behind a computer, skip your family for something is not going to be relevant for next week. Optimization is template adjustment, plus minus 1 minute, maybe. If you are using a minute chart, if you are using 1 minute chart, maybe next week is going to be 2 minutes. If you are using a stop loss 10 ticks, it could be next week is 12 ticks a stop loss. You do the optimization and you move on. You should not be sitting on the weekend trying to tweak and retweak and retweak and retweak. It's not going to help. It's just going to confuse you more. Is even if you don't feel like want to fix or adjust the template, you can skip the template if you keep your eye on the 1 minute chart. So as we see here right now, the translation of that trade, if we are looking at the NASDAQ we had over $2,000 trade, and now we can see the NASDAQ is sinking by not taking action. And on this one here, we had $1,400 on the first two trades, and we had $1,400 out. We did not close position. If we took an action, would have not been 1,075. It would have been 3,000. So we can maximize the profit. Why we need to maximize the profit? Because we don't know tomorrow. We don't know tomorrow if we are able to catch a trend. We don't know what is hiding for us tomorrow. The market is full of surprises. We don't know what is hiding for us. Could be the market flat. Could be the market is sideways. Could be many things. We don't know. So when I make 3,000 today, and I come tomorrow and tomorrow is Wednesday. It's one of the most boring days tomorrow. And Maybe I don't like the way the market moving. Maybe I want to skip Wednesday. Because the whole idea is it's not your daily target like those amateur trading. Uh, you know, Sam, I'm not asking for anything. I'm asking today 2,000, tomorrow 4,000, and the 4,000, 8,000, and the 8,000 is 16. Those guys, they are on a different planet. They're not gonna see $1 in their wallet. Trust me. They just enjoying their cigarettes. But in the reality is, you should not be on a daily target. When you come in and trade in the morning, you should not say, I want to make 1,000. You should not say, I want to make 100. You should not say, I want to make 5,000 because this is what I deserve. We don't care. The market don't care what we deserve or what we don't. The market don't care what we want. The market is going to do what the market is going to do. So, look, we had one auto trade, took a long trade, and it was done. And the TI7, also on the 5 minutes, is the same, because this one has already finished. The auto trade on the 5 minutes already took the short trade and is going down with it. And this one is a 5 minutes, you see? And this one is finished, and this one is. The attitude when we want to come in the morning and turn on the auto trades, the first things before we turn on the auto trade, we need to look, maybe whatever you have indicators under your sleeves. Every trader, he thinks he have his magic indicators. Every trader, you know. And look, this is the same story again. This one here coming to the support area. You have $1,000. I doubt it if this ES able to go and penetrate this area and go all the way down. Even if it goes, you gotta really watch it like a hawk to maximize your profit. It is, the auto trade is about timing when to turn on the auto trade and when to turn off, and when you take your money off the table. The market is not really surprising for the ones can read it. It's not really surprising. Let me simplify that for you. I don't want to complicate things. I want to simplify things. Even if you're coming out of a wood, you never traded before, we still have to have common sense. Even, I mean, I'm not a brilliant guy. I'm not a smart guy. But I can see the bar on the ES 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times is on this line here. 4 times, this market telling me, hello, Houston, we have a problem. So when the ES is coming here, and there is 4 bars based on 1 minute telling me I cannot go further down. There is a line there, and now it's kicking high. And if you're still looking at it, you have a problem. Because 1 minute you have $1,000. If we do not take an action on this one here, if we don't take an action on this, you're gonna walk away with nothing on that trade. You just smoked $1,000 away. The $1,000 was on your table. You didn't bother to pick it up. Somebody else picked it up. So when we come in the morning, we should not have this attitude. So there we go. Kiss your $1,000 goodbye. You just smoked $1,000 away. This is the example I want to give. I don't want to sit down and brag about auto trades. When you come in the morning, you should not say, I want to make $1,000. You should not say, I want to make $100. If this market moving, you're going to yank this market. If this market not moving, there is nothing you can do. What the attitude we need to bring in the morning is survival. What does that mean? That means I'm not going to go in a red. I'm going to look at this chart for 5 minutes. At the first day, whatever indicator, don't have to be my indicators, guys. So don't think we're talking here about marketing. We're not talking about marketing. We're talking about realistic. No matter what kind of a magic chart you have and what kind of tip-top shape indicators you have on your chart, turn on your 1 minute and for God's sake, please stay away from this garbage called Renko bar. Stay away from all those garbage you see on the marketing platforms. This is just sell. You don't see a guy making money on a Renko bar. I don't care where he's from. The only time you can make a Renko bar work for you is when you are trading reversal, and that is the end of the story. And when I have more time, I want to reveal how you can reverse the market on Renko. Again, which we have done this last year here live on YouTube, and we have revealed a lot of secrets about reversal because there is a lot of money in the reversal. But you have to think about it. This guy, you are renting the ES because you have no inventory. You are renting this ES. It's like you're renting a car. At the end of the day, you have to deliver that car. When you are renting this ES from the same guy, he's moving the market for you, and you have to deliver that ES at the end of the day. You have nothing. You have a lousy auto trade with a couple $1,000 in your account. You're nothing in the market. You're nothing. Nobody even notice you are in the market. Those people, they move the market and they mug us all day long. And you have to think what they are doing. Because if you don't understand what they are doing, you are lost. Those guys are not using Renko bar. Those guys are not using NinjaTrader. Those guys have a different platform, and they know your limitation. They know your limitation. Your limitation 10 to 20 ticks. You are using a MACD, stupid ATR, out of, you download it somewhere. It's out of date 20 years. Maybe if you are more advanced, you maybe have a CCI or some kind of volume profile, and then you're limited. You're not looking at levels. You're limited. They know you. They know what you're looking at. Those guys are using 15, 30 minutes. They're using a high time frame, and they are using minutes. And you are using a Renko bar. Really. And you think you're going to outsmart those guys. So, when we come in, the attitude in the morning is survival. We don't need to go in the red. The first day you turn on your ES on 1 minute. If you listen to me, you will get somewhere without costing you any money. When we learned the market on the big ES, we didn't have any indicator on the chart, not even a color bar. The way we were trained many years ago, it was no color on the chart and there is no indicator. You have to watch the price. And that was the big ES before ever come out the internet, and it come out Renko bar, and it come out NinjaTrader and all this. Way before. Until now, when I get in trouble, I open an empty chart and no color on a bar. This way I can see the true movement in the market when I get in trouble. No indicators. So what I'm trying to tell you, you don't have to use indicators. You don't have to buy my system or anybody else's system. Whatever system you have, whatever whatnots you think you have, whatever holy grail you have, turn on your 1 minute chart and look at this bar. If you want to be more advanced trader, you want to get somewhere, put it on a sim, take an entry, try to give an estimate where this market is going to go to. Don't use a stupid ATM, the one that says on a target 20 ticks and stop loss. Trying to say, okay, I'm going to go long here, I'm going to put the stop loss here, and there is a resistance, most likely it's going to be there, and it's finished. Do this every day for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. The first day you experience rubbish. What you experience the first day, rubbish. What you see is nothing, and it is boring, and nothing to look at. The second day you start your trade get improved. The third day, the fourth day. Why? And probably your question is, why I need to do this? Because I want to do auto trade. Because you want to auto trade. Excuse me. Because you want to auto trade. When you're auto trade taking a trade, you know how to maximize your profit. When you're auto trade take a trade, you know you are in a mud hole. This auto trade took a trade in a place where it should not take a trade. You keep your eye on it. When you understand what's going on in the market and your auto trade, there is a trailing stop, and now your auto trade has $1,000. You dismiss the trailing stop because you can see there is another $1,000. The advantage on this, you don't need a banana guy with a light bulb on his head, and you need to pay him money. You need to develop your own trading. This is the best way. If you know somebody knowledgeable, he can correct your mistakes. That's fine. But for you, learning this by yourself, you don't need to purchase anything. This is going to be your ticket to your auto trade. I have no business with you to tell you the true story in here. I can be like the others telling you, go ahead and buy an auto trade, learn how to optimize, have a nice life. Don't call us, we call you. Because they want to get rid of you. They cannot even trade a paperback. How he's going to help you when he cannot even trade a paperback? When he want to talk about price action, he has to hire someone because he has no clue what is a price action all about. How this guy is going to support you when he don't know what's going on in the market? He just want to tell you, here it is, have a nice life, and don't call us, we call you. So when we are auto trader, whether we are using the signal, if you rewind this video again, even if you are not a DAX trader, if you rewind this auto trade again, 1 minute ago you had 5,000 euro, and now you are down half of the profit. So try to, but let's say if you are a DAX trader, on the first auto trade we smoked away $1,400 on the blue chart, the one I showed you. We had $1,400 on the table. We didn't take any action on it. We give away $1,400. On the 5 minutes white chart, we had $1,000 and we didn't take any action. We smoked away another $1,000. That's $2,400. On the DAX, we had $5,000 and we didn't do anything, and now we are down to $700 and $800. So if you calculate every day, I don't want to say you're smoking away $5,000 a day. I cannot do that. It depends on the market movement. If you are smoking away $1,000 a day, that's $300,000 a year. If you don't take an action if you don't look at this chart, whatever whatnots you have, I don't want to say my chart, whatever hikidu you have in there, banana indicator, hikidu indicator, whatever you have indicators in there. If we look at this 1 minute chart for 5 minutes, avoiding us doesn't matter, any auto trade, not my auto trade, any auto trade you have. If we can look at this for 5 minutes before we turn on the auto trade, and we can see the market is stuck somewhere, or we can see, you know what, maybe I will start auto trading to when this market go above this area or below this area. I will wait 5 minutes and I turn on the auto trade. The secret is the timing in the trading. It's not position. It's two people taking a long trade on the ES, even if the ES trending long, does not mean they're gonna have the same amount of money. It's the timing. So the auto trade or non-auto trade is the timing when you start any auto trade. Optimization is not gonna help you. When I come in today at 10 o'clock and I see this, optimization has nothing to do with it. Optimization is going to tell me if requires some adjustment on my auto trade, plus minus 1 minute, plus minus couple ticks on the trailing stop. Yes. And that can be fixed in 10 minutes over a weekend while you're taking a shower. You can go ahead and optimize adjustment on the auto trade. You save the template and you close your computer. That should not take no more than 10 minutes. But when we are trying, when a guy have $2,000 or $5,000, not looking at the 1 minute chart at the beginning, and if he lose the first trade, that's $200. $200 a day, that's $50,000 a year, and that guy have only 2,000 or 5,000. So you do the calculation, you can see your ratio success is 0 to none, because it's very important the first trade on the auto trade to be winning trade. I don't care if this auto trade gonna make $100. I don't care if this auto trade is gonna make $10,000. The first trade should be winning trade. Why? Because when we started in the morning, sometimes we need to wait till this market to start moving, or sometimes the market already moved or something. There is many cases. Every day is a different story in the trading. But so when I come in the morning, I want to look at the chart. If I have $2,000 or $5,000, I'm not going to turn on that auto trade until I make sure I have everything. So right now, it doesn't matter where we are here. I have a trade on the NASDAQ. What is this NASDAQ is showing us here? It's showing us 1,534. There is a heavy support area in this one. How much money I have? I have 1,400. I'm not going to touch it. Let's see what will happen here. If this market on this NASDAQ not able to break that support, what will happen to the NASDAQ? It's going to shrink your profit, and it's going to go back, and you're going to end up with a couple of $300. If this market able to break that support area, you are not going to walk away with 1,400. You're going to walk away with 3,000. And the ball is in your corner. This is where a trader should make a decision. This is where a trader, after putting hours in there, he can predict it. So 1 minute I have 1400, I can see, and don't need a brilliant guy. You can bring any guy from a bodega with a tequila breath on him, and you tell him, when you see the line, take a profit. And don't need a genius guy to read this chart and say there is a support in there, and it could be that is the end of the line for the short. And this is what is telling you the Nasdaq, take your money and run as fast as you can and leave this business alone. You have one bird in your hands and there is 10 birds on the tree. Don't chase the 10 birds on the tree. Accept the bird you have in your hand and walk away. You cannot grab it all. You cannot maximize everything. You cannot maximize everything. Sometimes the magic turn against you. So now here is the story on the 15 second. Is telling us, if we look at this 15 second, the market is not surprising. We are the ones we try to ignore what the market is telling us. But the market is very clear. 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bars, 4 bars, 6 bars, 7 bars on 15334 is telling me, hey buddy, I cannot break that line. Hey buddy, I cannot break that wall. You have 1400. Run. If you want to stay on that trade, you don't want to do anything about it. 2 options. Either this market going to break that support area and you're going to wind up with 3,000, or this market is going to go back and there you go. You just tossed another $1,000 away. $1,000 was on your table and now it disappeared because somebody else is smarter than you are, or somebody is faster than you are making a decision. So this is where the difference between a trader, gentleman, and an amateur. Auto trading by itself is a wonderful thing, and I want to leave this Nasdaq for you. And there you go. You just took $1,000 in cash, opened the window, and you just gave away $1,000 to the birds. And if you're not paying attention now, it could be the market go back and put you in the minus. And there we go. So this is my problem with guys that want to auto trade and they don't understand what is auto trades. Any guy trying to sell an auto trade, somehow they forgot to mention the details. And probably they are not even aware of the details because they cannot even trade a paperback. Probably they don't care. They just want to come out at night like a Dracula telling you, okay, the ES made this and this and this. And then they leave. And they'll leave the details to your imagination maybe. I don't know. But it is very important, especially for those guys. They're trying to have a company provide money for them to trade. The reason those companies they provide money for you to trade, because you have this knowledge here, the hidden knowledge about trading. So they want someone to manage the auto trade, not just turn on an auto trade. There's a big difference between managing and turn on the auto trade. Everyone can turn on a wash machine on. Everyone can turn on a wash machine. Everyone. I can train any guy. I can bring any guy from any bodega somewhere and teach him how to turn on the auto trade. You know, I can put him on a chair even if he's drunk and telling him here how you turn on the auto trade, and he can turn on the auto trade. Would I put my life with him? No, I will not. So, and there we go. We have another losing trade in here. Welcome to trading. So also, trading 24/7, it is not healthy. You have to understand when to get out and when you need to get in. Timing in the market is the most crucial. And when you take your profit, you need to run, and you should not be trading. DAX, from 5,000 euro, we end up with 852 and not even hitting the target today. And we smoked away 4,200 euro. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Another trick, if somebody really want to monitor the ES and he's taking this business seriously, you need to put the DAC, the 30-year Treasury bond, because this is an auto trade. But if you really want to pinpoint the ES, the ES is the indication for the whole, is the oxygen for the whole market. If you understand where is the ES going, you know where is the Nasdaq going, you know where everything. If you want an extra additional information about your ES to guide you when you are auto trading, also you can put 1 minute 30-year Treasury bond, because when you combine the 30-year Treasury bond 1 minute with the ES 1 minute, they're both confirm each other. With any indicators you have, feel free. Whatever indicators you have from anywhere. If you think your indicators are profitable, that's fine. If you think your indicators are good, that's very fine. But what you do, you combine the 1 minute with the 30-year Treasury bond. The Treasury bond, the 30 years, goes the opposite direction of the ES. So when we have a long ES, you should have a short 30-year Treasury bond. And the 30-year Treasury bond is like a tank on the ground. It's not. It doesn't go wishy-washy like the ES and the Nasdaq, and it is the movement on the 30-year Treasury bond is like a tank in there. It's heavy, It does not go ahead and get infected, and there is not too many people are trading. Those young gangsters come into trading. Those guys, they're not trading 30-year Treasury bond. The majority is using ATR auto trade or MACD auto trade on an ES with a couple $1,000s. That's their limitation with their brain. That's it. They're all in one corner. Doesn't matter. But the wiser guy, the one they've been around, they have much more respect for the 30-year Treasury bond 1 minute in conjunction with your ES, and they can pinpoint the ES, and then that also can give you an advantage when you are auto trading to identify how the trend is working, or if this market is sideways, because your worst enemy in an auto trade is when the market is sideways. And if you have, or if you are using an indicator, is a dummy indicator based on an ATR or a couple moving average. Those are not genius auto trades, and on a flat market can be potential losing accounts. So let's take another example. If we need to find some ES trade later on, and we will. Right now, if we look at the ES, this is something. Doesn't matter what you are using. If we want to monitor from 10:30, now it's 10:50. So from 10:30 to 10:50, if we look at this 1 minute, what we see? We see a flat market. Flat market. If this market able to break the 45.82, this is a very good potential final destination for today. Final destination because it's 10:51. After 11 o'clock, we are racing against the clock. After 11 o'clock, we are racing against the clock because we need to be done before 12 o'clock. So if this market broke that level here, we are going dropped exactly to the 45.70. If this market goes from here to here, there is a short again on that level. So I know the condition of the ES and the direction of the ES. Where is the probability if we look on the ES is getting heavy on the support, on the resistance area, and we have the re-entry number 4598 waiting on us. This one here, the 45, the one on the chart, 4598, this is a re-entry confirmed by a double resistant, triple resistant. So what is telling us here, and this is the most confusion among the amateur trading. Because they're just born yesterday does not mean they should know everything, but they are wasting their time somewhere else. They are wasting their time P&L, optimization, auto trade. If this market goes up, their indicators, MACDs, ATRs, everything pointing long. They jump on a trade, whether auto trading or manual trading, and then what happened? The market to drop back again. And that caused $200 losing trade. This is an average limitation around $200 per trade. So this is where the trader always have to watch the ES like a hawk. Now, if you are busy, or let's say you are auto trading and you broke even and you are good with it, you can squeeze a little bit more out of a trade. You can squeeze a little bit more. And if you are busy, go away. If you are busy. If you don't want to maximize it, it's okay. It's okay in those conditions to leave. And leave the auto trade, because what you've done, you secured more profit. If this market goes farther up, that's fine. If this market goes back, that's fine. This is your limitation. You're locking in more profit than what your auto trade is telling you, and you're done. And it's okay now to leave or walk away from your trade, and it's fine. It's very fine. So, as long as we break even, we know what's going on. We know where it's most likely this market is going to happen, and we estimated where this market happen. You can go for lunch. You break even, you secure some more profit, and you go for lunch. There is nothing wrong with it. Let's go ahead and take another example here. I have a short ES trade, a broke even. Where is the support area right now? The things has changed. The support area is 45.82. I broke even. Where is the destination today? Is right there, 4570. 4570 is right there. Like, I can adjust it at 4570. And if the market goes farther down, I have one runner. And if we break this one here, that's mean we are going farther to the next level. If I want to take a profit, I can take a profit right here and walk away. I know my destination. I know where it is 11 o'clock. We are fighting against the clock now. Anything after 11 o'clock is lunch hour. People getting impatient. They want to go for lunch. And there is some other type of a trader come when there is a lunch. There's another companies they come in. The lower level people come in, take over when those big guys go for lunch. So this is, I understand what is my limitation. I understand where to break even. Has nothing to do with your optimization. Has nothing to do with your replay over the weekend. Has nothing to do. All the weekend work is irrelevant. Your weekend work should be adjustment, a break even, 3 minutes or 4 minutes or 2 minutes optimization. While you are in the shower, 10 minutes optimization on the ES, you're done. Now it's ready to go and use it on Monday. If there is a default or there is a false movement when you're auto trade taking a trade, you are on top of it. You understand what's going on. You understand the limitation of this market from now to 12 o'clock. And you understand when to maximize your profit, when to turn on your auto trade, and when you turn off your auto trade. And the things is, you need to snap out of those garbage people at night, you know, and giving you wrong ideas. You sit on a weekly target, not a daily target, weekly target. Let's say my weekly target $3,000 on the ES. As an example, you come in on Monday, the market was not moving, you are down $1,000. Tuesday, you catch a trend, you made $2,000. Wednesday, you catch a trend, you made it. You are somewhere around $3,000. I turn off my auto trade for the rest of the week. And what I do, I monitor this market on Thursday. If this market moved the way I like, I turn on the auto trade. If the market moves on Friday, I will turn it on Friday. If I don't like the way this market moving on Thursday, I will not turn on my auto trade. I will protect my money. If I don't like the way it moves on Friday, I will not turn on the auto trade because I already hit my target for this week. You cannot sit down on a blackjack table Monday to Friday and shovel money into your pocket and you're gonna have winning hands from Monday to Friday, from 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and you think you're gonna be winning hands day and night. When you have winning hands, you need to run. You need to run. You should not be sitting behind computers. When you have a good trade on Tuesday or Wednesday and you hit your weekly target, you should not be, if you don't want to, you should not be sitting on Thursday. You should not be sitting on Friday if you are smart. Why? Because your brain needs to be away from that. The more you sit behind a computer, the more confusion. The more you go on the internet about trading, you're going to be more confused. If you are a stock trader and you have all the news out there, you will never make money in the stocks. The only time we made money when we turned off all the television, all the news, all the garbage on the internet. And we concentrate on the level. This is the only time we made money and on the stocks. Because everybody has a bread somewhere. Everyone has a bread. Whether you are a future trader, stock trader, Forex trader, Bitcoin is run by Twitter, for God's sake. You know, so everyone has bread in there when they are telling you this stock is good or this stock is bad. Stay on your level, protect your profit, and run. This is the only time you become consistency. So, two traders using the same auto trade will not make the same money. Two traders use the same template, the same chart. I can provide this template to 10 different traders. 10 different traders that will have 10 different results. Why? You have a trader is going to start at 7:30. You have another trader is going to start at 8:30. Another guy is going to turn on the auto trade and go back to sleep. Another guy is going to do something else. Even if you give this chart to 10 traders, they will never get the same results. Never. One guy, he might post that auto trade between the trade. The other guy, he's just going to keep looking at the kitchen window, wait until God send him money by email. So it is about timing, discipline, patient, and the most of all, breathe. Do not sit miserable behind computers. This is very unhealthy to sit 8 hours behind a computer, because the first 2-3 hours, with all the respect to everyone, your performance are excellent. If we start around 8-9 o'clock, you have a clear mind, your performance are excellent, your brain is observant, because trading is personality. Trading is an attitude. That's why if you have a guy sitting next to you, he's a negative guy, make him turn around, put him in front of the door, and kick him as far as you can out of your door, out of your home. Because if you have a negative person sitting next to you, he can make your life miserable. Get this guy out. Throw him out. Stay clear in your mind and give your brain a break. Because if you're not clear in your head, you cannot trade, you cannot see the market. If you are, somebody piss you off in the traffic, don't trade. Wait 10 minutes. Go talk to your wife. Do something. Don't trade if you had a lousy day or you had a... Don't trade. Skip that day. When you are in a good mood, you can find yourself, you can do much more on your trading. It's all psychology. I mean, you don't sit down and start trading, and if you have a child piss you off, or somebody in the traffic piss you off, or you got in a fight with your family or something, don't sit down and trade. Stay away from the trading that day. Go to a cafe, go somewhere, do something, change wheels on your car, do something else. Only come in when you are in a good mood in the trading. You don't feel like it today, skip it. You don't see any trade today, skip it. It's better for you to skip it than to sit down miserably behind a computer, make mistake, and lose money. It is very important you're feeling good when you are sitting behind a computer. That's why I do not recommend for anyone to sit on the weekends miserably behind a computer trying to replay, optimize. That's not good. You can optimize on Monday. This is not reason. You can tweak your auto trade on Monday. If you don't feel like when I turn on, your auto trades on the. You can do it, and you can leave Saturday and Sunday clear mind. It is important to stay away from the trading. It's important to stay away from the computer, because we made that mistake and we burned out, you know, and we missed a lot. We missed a lot on our children when they were young. We missed a lot on a lot of things where the family want to go somewhere, and we sit down miserably on the weekends trying to figure out what's going on in the trade. We missed out a lot of things in our life, chasing the European market, chasing the American market, chasing the Asian market, not sleep, getting up middle of the night, looking at our positions. When we used to trade 24/7, I never had no more than an hour or two sleeping, and that was not good. I was making a lot of mistakes because I was not fresh. So now I only want to look at the market from 8 to 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. On a Friday, I let those losers start when the market's open. They are done in the next couple hours. Most of them, they lose money on Friday. And then they go away. They leave us alone with their noises. And then you come nice and clean at 1:30. You have your coffee. And the market start trending around 1:30 in the afternoon on a Friday. And you start like a sniper picking up ticks. And this is, during those years, we learned a lot of tricks. So now if we look at this NASDAQ trade, the target is right there, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4 support area. Do you think the NASDAQ is going to go further down? No. No. Do I really need to stay longer on that trade? And I have 4 support area, and how many times this market came into this line? Should I get excited by just a couple bars? No. Leave it. Close it and leave it. What we said about the ES final destination today is 45.70. What time is it right now? 11:07. The minute this market hit the 45.70, I'm done for today, and there is nothing left. We're done. Plus, minus couple bars. We are not Houdini to predict down to the last tick. We are not, we don't have a crystal ball to every time nail the maximize there. But on the technical side, we understand is 11:07, the final destination in here. There is no use to sit miserably behind a computer for a couple more ticks or couple more bars. Actually, it is a long trade on the 45.70 close open position on the 4570, because there is no way, not unless if there is some kind of bad news come out right now, there is no way this market able to go farther than the 40.70. And if they do, they are messing with us. They are playing with our brain. And I'm not going to fall into this trap. I will close my trade at 4570, walk away, turn around, turn off the computer, walk away. You are in charge. They are not in charge. You are in charge, and you laugh about it. You are in charge. Don't let this market drag you to some kind of mud hole. You are in charge with your trade. You are in charge with the timing. You are in charge with everything. Don't get interrupted by a couple bars up and down. This is noises. So now what we have a support area here. That's very fine. Pulling back to the 4587. Those new amateur guys, they're gonna go grab it and take it short, and they go in a circle, and then there is nothing to show at the end of the day. You know where is your destination. You know where you are at, and you just kiss it goodbye. That's it. So now if we look at those trades, if you look at this NASDAQ, what happened to the NASDAQ? Nothing. What happened to the ES? Nothing. We already set our target before 12 o'clock, And there we go. They are monkeying us around. One bar plus, one bar down. It's finished. The party is over and it's finished. There is no use to burn our brain over a couple ticks here. So, so this is, where do you think this ES going? Where do you think this ES going? It's coming right there at 45.85. Somewhere around there. Now everyone will start jumping on the long trade, and then it's going to reject from this one. It's going to go back down here. Or if it's going to go up, or they're going to push it further up, here is the re-entry you are waiting on. It's right there. So we know what's going on. We know what is the level. And what they do, they're monkeying us around here. And then at the end of the day, we're going to end up right here at 4570. There is nothing farther than 4570. There is nothing. Couple minus takes is irrelevant. You have to look at it at the broader picture, and don't let those chimpanzees jump in front of you and confuse you. If we look at this ES, there is no confusion here. Only for the guy is an illiterate with the trading. Oh, it's long. Oh, it's short. Oh, it's long. It's short. And then he gets a headache and he gets lost and he loses money. And there is no confusion in there. Here is your wall. Here is your destination. Here is your projection. Done. There's nothing to talk about. You know, and then so, folks, that's all what we have for you today, and we will see you another day. I want to say thank you very much, guys, and we will see you another day on Thursday on the same channel, the same time. Thank you very much. God bless you all, and I wish you a very lovely day. Bye for now.